one thing about migrating is at least you have to know someone, even if it's a family friend, even if it's not a relative, even if it's
Mhm.
a friend of yours, at least you need someone here to take you in.
Mhm.
That will make the migration a little bit easier because at this
Okay.
point, you have some confidence in someone who's going to give you the right information. Even if it's not going to be the right information, at least you know someone around here that will help you out if you get into any trouble or if you need any assistance. So my dad's friend was very instrumental.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So I remember I got in here. It was early in the morning. My flight from Ghana was in the evening. So I got here. It was like 6 a.m.
Wow.
I came in through Virginia. So I've been in Virginia like my entire time in the States.
Okay.
So I got here 6 a.m. in the morning. Got out of the airport. It was very, I wouldn't say cold, but it was foggy outside for some reason. Because I came in May, but for some reason it was very foggy outside.
Okay.
So my uncle took me in, and God being so good, he had his own place. So that was very instrumental uh, to stay with him.
Mhm.
And with him being here for over 20 years, he had a lot of experience.
Okay.
He had a lot of networking people around. So like all the necessary information that I needed to commence life over here, he taught me everything. He
Okay.
helped me in terms of getting all my identifications, my
Mhm.
right documentations. Because you could come in here with a DV and you might still not be able to get everything that you need to get. Because
Okay.
the moment you get the right information, you could be in and you could miss out on a lot of opportunities.
Mhm.
So I'll say one, the person that you who takes you in when you migrate, it's really
Okay.
a very key factor in shaping your
Mhm.
life like out here. Yeah.
Welcome once again to the Life of the AfroPro. On this show, I interview African professionals in diaspora who have risked it all to make a meaningful life for themselves, their families, communities, and continent at large. I believe a lot of people encourage you to seek greener pastures out there. But the essence of this show or the focus of this show is to teach you how to get the right information, how to integrate into the system and focus on your dream to build a successful career. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, share, and like. You can feel free to leave in your comment too. It goes a long way to help us improve on our work. Today, I have a young man who is going to share an insightful story with us. His life story, the real hustle. I believe by the end of this video, you'll pick a lot of lessons from it. My name is Kofi Boachi. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm excited to have with me Mr. Padmo Ano. He is a systems engineer in Virginia. Padmo, you're welcome. I'm so excited to see you once again.
All right. Thanks, Daniel. I'm happy to be on your platform.
Thank you. And it's good to see you once again.
Good
Okay.
to see you too, man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
happy we
Around.
get to do this
Know the
together.
hustle.
Yeah, trying
Okay.
to make money out here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have
Yeah,
to keep pushing.
sure. Okay. All right. So if you're ready, we'll go straight into the conversation. Yeah.
All right, always ready, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with a little bit about your background and your professional career.
Okay, so my background obviously started from Ghana. I grew up in Ghana, specifically Accra, Adenta, and went through my basic school in Adenta Community School, and went to high school in Benkum's Senior High School,
Okay.
Eastern Region. So from there, God being so good, our hard work paid off in Benkum. So we moved to University of Ghana to study food process engineering, and yeah, and I think that's where I met you for the first time.
Exactly.
It's been a
No,
long way.
before Legon, we were playing soccer. Don't forget.
Oh yeah. We used to play soccer every
Yeah, we
Sunday
used to play
morning.
soccer together before
Yeah,
you came to live.
that's
Yeah.
yeah. So that's basically my background. So my engineering background started from University of Ghana, and
Okay.
completed in 2015. I did national service for just 6 months, and that's it. Blue
Okay.
Skies energy drink. That's what I did, man.
Okay.
national service. Yeah.
Okay. So the engineering, is it something that you had always dreamt of, or it was something that you were encouraged to pick up?
So with my engineering, what made me go into an engineering? Say I was really good with maths, and
Okay.
at first I just wanted to do science. That was everybody from basic school,
Mm-hmm.
JHS, going to senior high school. We all like all the science students, like we know, like yeah, going into science, there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of opportunities. So at the back of my head, I just wanted to be a science student. So the
Okay.
engineering came up during I think my third year. We started the 4 years of high school in Ghana, so
Mm-hmm.
we were the first batch. And I think one of my lecturers, he's a chemistry lecturer, and he saw the potential. He saw
Okay.
my analytical and tactical abilities in terms of solving like mathematical problems and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
he was like, you could do engineering if you set up your mind to do it.
Okay.
And honestly, I wanted to go in for architecture because I was also good in terms of, you know,
Drawings.
drawing styles and
Okay.
paying attention to details to put things on paper. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what gave me a rethinking about what I actually wanted to do. And he being one of my professors in high school that I really respected, I started to, I would say, research into the engineering field because there's a lot of engineering out there to do. And seeing the engineering that I chose from University of Ghana, food process engineering, uh, I was really hoping to get it. And God being so good, I got it because of the food factor. Because
Okay.
uh, food industries are numerous out there, always in demand. They need fresh brains uh, and fresh ideas to solve problems. So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's
So,
where my engineering dream came out from.
okay. So you did engineering at University of Ghana, and then you moved to Blue Skies.
Yeah, national service.
Yeah. So from Blue Skies, where did you move to?
So my second month in Blue Sky, that was like September, because we started
Okay.
our service in August. And that's when I got the good news about relocating. Mine was a DV
EV
lottery. So
lottery. Okay.
yes. So this gentleman reached out to my dad because he tried reaching out to me, but I've changed my phone. Uh, I was then
And you were
using an
lucky.
yeah, so I changed to use Tigo network. So
Mhm.
the backup phone number that I used for the application was my dad's uh, Tigo number. So
Okay.
I reached out to my dad after like 1 month of not getting in touch with me.
Wow.
So at that point, uh, we worked towards the immigration, trying to migrate from Ghana. So I knew I had little time left in Ghana because my DV visa was like further out, getting to the expiration date. So I knew
Oh,
that the moment that everything goes through, I need to leave like as soon as possible. So
wow.
that led to me just serving in Ghana during the national service for just 6 months. And
Okay.
then my technical manager was really understanding. He made it known to me that anything that I need, I could let him know. He helped me with the paperwork to end my service and everything. And so
Okay.
that's what happened.
Okay. Interesting story over there. So it means that you nearly lost out due to the change of SIM.
Yep, I nearly lost out
Yeah.
due to the change of SIM
Okay.
card.
All
Yeah.
right. So when you finally came in, how was life? Um, you come in with a green card through the DV lottery, but how did you integrate into the system, transitioning from Ghana into US?
Yeah. So yeah, it was tough. Even migrating from one region to another region in Ghana, you need to adapt.
Yeah.
And this is being a whole country, like United States of America. Like we've been hearing it from God knows how long.
Yeah.
Our kids, we've been watching their movies, seeing all these big stars in
Mhm.
here. So uh my dad had a friend over here, so that helped me a lot. One thing
Okay.
about migrating is at least you have to know someone, even if it's a family friend, even if it's not a relative, even if it's
Mm-hmm.
a friend of yours, at least you need someone here to take you in.
Mm-hmm.
That will make the migration a little bit easier because at this
Okay.
point, you have some confidence in someone who's going to give you the right information. Even if it's not going to be the right information, at least you know someone around here that will help you out if you get into any trouble or if you need any assistance. So my dad's friend was very instrumental.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember I got in here. It was early in the morning. My flight from Ghana was in the evening. So I got here. It was like 6 a.m.
Wow.
Got to, I came in through Virginia. So I've been in Virginia like my entire time in the States.
Okay.
So I got here 6 a.m. in the morning. Got out of the airport. It was very, I wouldn't say cold, but it was foggy outside for some reason. Because I came in May, but for some reason it was very foggy outside.
Okay.
So my uncle took me in, and God being so good, he had his own place. So that was very instrumental uh, to stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
And with him being here for over 20 years, he had a lot of experience.
Okay.
He had a lot of networking people around. So like all the necessary information that I needed to commence life over here, he taught me everything. He
Okay.
helped me in terms of getting all my identifications, my
Mm-hmm.
right documentations. Because you could come in here with a DV and you might still not be able to get everything that you need to get. Because
Okay.
the moment you get the right information, you could be in and you could miss out on a lot of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say one, the person that you who takes you in when you migrate, it's really
Okay.
a very key factor in shaping your
Mm-hmm.
life like out here.
Okay. All right. So how did you get into the military? Tell us about that.
Yeah. So that was a very challenging, I would say, part of my life to go in for. I never dreamt of the military. And when I got here, as like being coming out fresh from University of Ghana and coming out here, I was like, you know what, let me just do my master's. And you and I know that it's not cheap out here to
Yeah.
school. It's very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, let me just do my master's. I did my own research. I spoke with my uncle, my father's like very close friend. I call him uncle
Mm-hmm.
because of the relationship he had with my dad.
Okay.
And he told me all that I needed to know. But even before that, I did my own research, so I
Mm-hmm.
know what I was looking out for,
Okay.
and to seek a second opinion because you might get an information from someone. It might not be the best for you, depending on what you've planned to do out here.
Sure.
Because everybody comes into a new environment with their own aspirations and everything
Mhm.
that they want to do. They got it planned out, and it could change. The plan might not work.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you just have to keep moving, try and get the right information. And this uncle of mine already had a long distance sister already in the Navy.
Okay.
Uh, she was seven. She had served for 17 years. And when I came in here, he told me she was out of the country to Afghanistan for one of her deployments.
Okay.
So, um, and with the research that I did for me to continue school out here, it was very expensive. I realized that the money that I'll be taking from the bank to
Mm-hmm.
finish this master's that I want to do, paying back, and moreover, after school, you're not guaranteed a job. Like how people make it seems like once
Yeah.
you school here, you're done, you
Mm-hmm.
guarantee a job, like you'll get a job.
Yeah.
Like you still have to work towards that. You need the right information, right channels, the
Mm-hmm.
right networking to get a
Yeah.
job that you do. So and I wasn't from a good background. I wouldn't say I wasn't from a good background. I wasn't from a rich background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my dad was okay, my mom was okay. They tried to provide for us, took us through school.
Okay.
So that was like one great service that they did for myself and my other siblings. So but I knew the responsibilities at home. So I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to take on another
Bed.
responsibility
Extra bed.
burden out here after school and trying to pay out all these loans. So I knew I need to work, send
Mm-hmm.
money home, got siblings who are in school, support the family.
Yeah.
That's the African culture. So it's like being a firstborn, so you want to fulfill those
Yeah.
responsibilities. So I spoke with my uncle. I waited for like 6 months, and her sister came back, and she also spoke to me, told me all about these opportunities in the Navy. So that's when I slept over it. And the following day, I was like, yeah, I want to join the Navy. I knew what I wanted to do in the Navy because of my engineering background. So
Mhm.
we drove to the recruiter's office, and I was like, yeah, I want to join the US Navy. And yeah, everything started out from there.
Let me take you a little bit back. You mentioned that she spoke to you about some benefits that you stand to gain once you join. What are some of these benefits that convince you to join?
The first and foremost benefit that really convinced me was the free education because I knew I missed out on trying to go my own way, try to get loans from banks and school. And I didn't want that burden of student loan
Okay.
because I knew where I was coming from. I need to
Yeah.
support it. Once she told me there's gonna be you could go for school for free, whatever field you want to do. You just have to apply. Once you get admission, the US Navy or the military in general are gonna take care of your education. They're gonna give you book stipends and all those stuff. So
Yeah.
that was like a goal, like a
A
go
golden
getter for me.
nugget for you.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
was like, okay, that sounds good. And let me do this because that was what I had at the back of my head, like to use their education benefits. They
Okay.
also have other benefits like health benefits, free healthcare. Uh, they have other benefits if you're trying to go in for mortgage.
Mhm.
There are some military benefits that doesn't include the down payments. So
Okay.
it puts you on a platform that could give you more, you have
Better
more
leverage.
resources to
Yeah.
start up when you move into your new home than putting out a huge down payment that
Okay.
sometimes you need to go in for loan for those down payments.
Okay.
And yeah, so those are the three benefits, especially the free education. That's
Okay.
what made me going into the Navy.
Okay. So now you entered the military, the Navy specifically, and tell us about life in the military.
So life in the military. I know when people hear military, they only think about yeah, going to war, going out there, being on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And the military is formed up with a whole lot of careers, from the sciences. For example, from the sciences, engineers, they have doctors, they have nurses, neurosurgeons. When you come down to the business side, they have business administrators, they have logistics specialists. Like
Mhm.
there's a whole lot of career path. And they also have the infantry. So the infantry is more categorized in a form that's where if you are looking in for like being on the field, being on the
Okay.
battlefield,
Mhm.
trying to learn most of these operations in terms of ground
Okay.
duels, that's where you go into.
Okay.
And that's where you could be deployed to like peacekeeping and all those stuff.
Okay.
But with me, I'm doing I said I did my research. So what I found was I was like, yeah, aviation is cool. Like I want to go into aviation.
Mhm.
So the military process out here, it's so smooth, provided you have all your documentation that they need.
Mhm.
It's not hassling like back home, as we all
Yeah.
know it. Yeah. So I got into aviation structural mechanic, and with my technical background, because
Mhm.
engineers we have a little bit of technical background,
Okay.
so that helped me to actually fit in terms of the aviation structural mechanic. Because bear in with my technical background, because
Mhm.
engineers, we have a little bit of technical background.
Okay.
So that helped me to actually fit in terms of the aviation structural mechanic. Because bear in mind, I've never worked with on jets, never worked on planes, never even worked on cars. So to be
Okay.
an aviation mechanic, it was like a whole new thing for me. But the Navy actually pays for your schooling.
Oh,
They'll teach you, yeah, they'll take you through school, and most of the learning is done on-job training. So once you pass out from your military training, you move on from training to the school, your career field school. Then once you're done with that, you are being stationed to your duty command. So that's where you're gonna get the actual hands-on training, on the job training, and you'll be
Okay.
getting all these certifications. So yeah, it was awesome. It was nice. You meet a lot of people. The military is what you make out of it.
Okay.
Everything depends on you, how
Okay.
how you see it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I spoke with somebody who said the first time he was in a pool was when he went to the boot camp for military training. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
how difficult was it going through that training session?
So as we know, blacks, Africans, we don't really like swimming.
Hmm.
Uh, it's not a part of us when we go to Africa. Back
Yeah.
in Africa, we know like the rich people are the people who go to the poolside.
Hmm.
The rich people take their kids to swimming schools. They learn
Yeah.
swim. Yeah, we didn't get that opportunity. My swimming was I learned it on my own. Back in University of Ghana, we used to go to the Legon pool. So that's why I learned my basic swimming techniques.
Hmm.
In the Navy, they teach you other swimming techniques. And yeah, when I came in, I thought I was done with my first swimming test. And I realized there was a whole lot of things, especially the prone float. Yeah, the prone float was the most difficult swim test for a non-swimmer or someone who learned swimming on his or her own and didn't really get the enough skills to swim because swimming is all about techniques. So
Hmm.
yeah, it was very difficult. When you fail that test, you have to keep going every morning, try to pass that test, and you have to work on other activities whilst you are training in
Hmm.
the. So trying to complete your prone float swim test and doing other activities, it was very tough. And yeah, because if you don't pass the prone float, you're gonna get kicked out of the Navy. You're not even gonna finish your training, and they'll process you out.
Okay. So you finally passed out. Work life as a Navy. Tell us a little bit about that.
So being a U.S. Navy or work life as a Navy is a 247.
Hmm.
So it's not necessarily that when you on at your workplace is when you are termed a U.S. Navy personnel, right? Out of your workplace, you're a U.S. Navy personnel. You can be called on anytime to
Hmm.
come assume a duty, to come do take care of some responsibilities. So it was tough because I never dreamt of being a military person,
Hmm.
and let alone to be a U.S. Navy military. So waking up early shifts. It's either you're on early shifts or you're on late shifts throughout the midnight to
Hmm.
dawn. So working 10 hours a day, uh, and also deployment schedules. So for me, I didn't really get it on a good start because the moment I got to my command, we only had 2 months to deploy on a ship.
Okay.
That was my first deployment, 2 months after being officially a U.S. Navy personnel because I was done with all my trainings now. So
Okay.
you like go into the field, go through your squadron, and that's where you have people who are already been serving in your career field. They're gonna teach you on the job. There are a lot of certifications that you have to study and also uh, learn and pass out through tests. So it was very tough. First time on a boat. Uh, Aviations we deploy on an aircraft carrier, so it's very huge.
Mm.
About 7,000 U.S. Navy personnel, about 100 jets, and it's a very big community. Like it's a city and an airport on the sea
Okay.
time. So my first 3 weeks on the boat was very challenging. Trying to find your way on the boat,
Hmm.
trying to uh, find your way to go eat, the time schedules, because military we move with time.
Time. Yeah.
So there are times that you could go out to go eat, but you wouldn't because of the huge line of people
Mhm.
trying to get the same food. You might miss your time, so you wouldn't even be able to eat. So you have to get back to your
Wow.
station and go work. And that being said, you have to wait for the next meal.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're fed 3 times a day. So breakfast, lunch, and supper. So when you miss a meal, you have to wait for the next meal. Unless you have a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, we are being paid, so you can access your Navy cash card
Mm-hmm.
on the ship. We have like snack shops, and you can
Okay.
get some snacks. So, but we being from where we from, we're trying to save money, send money home. So we don't want to miss any meal on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
It was very challenging being
Yeah.
out there, dark
The
ocean,
first days. Okay.
waves. Yeah, it was challenging, and also working on the flight deck as an aviation mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get to your actual jets and service them during flight operations was very scary. As the Navy says, it's an organized chaos. So you have to be like very vigilant, head on the swivel all the time, because
Okay.
if you mess up, that could be your the last of your days on it. So it
Uh,
was really challenging. So yeah, it was fun too. There was a lot of
mhm.
fun stuff in there. So,
Okay, so how did you manage those challenges that you just mentioned, being in a whole new area on a boat, on the sea, and all that? How did you manage it? Is it because of your cultural background, some level of training that you got back home that made you resilient to be able to withstand all these challenges?
yeah, so I would say, yep, training is part. The training as we Africans, we get home. It's from home. It's very instrumental when you find yourself in a new environment. Uh, they have their own cultures, they have their own norms, and we also have our cultures and norms. We are from different homes, so the training that we got, our school system, uh, for instance, our boarding school system also played a huge role in making us who we are in terms of being independent and trying to find ways if you find yourself in an uncomfortable situation, and also helped with our social skills
Mm-hmm.
because out there you meet a whole new people from different families and
Yeah.
you try to socialize, network. So it made it easy out here. And also, if you have a background that you're trying to uh, support
Mm-hmm.
financially and also even emotionally, with that mindset, it puts you on this kind of level that you're always headstrong, no matter what comes your way. You're just gonna soak it in and fight another day. Like, yeah, you're not gonna let it back you down. So all these tough trainings that we got from back home, all these trainings that our environment shaped
Mm-hmm.
us into,
Mm-hmm.
because that is a very huge factor when it comes to human behavior. So
Okay.
it was very instrumental. It was easy to network, easy to socialize with people out here. And also, if you are lucky and you have a fellow African from
It helps.
your command, it makes it easy. Because in my command, I met a lot of Africans, Nigeria, Kenya, Cameroon,
Okay.
Liberia, Ghana. So it was like different. And once they see you, like they show you that African love because they all know where we're from. They know our purpose out here.
Yeah.
So once we find ourselves in this same boat kind of opportunity, we try to help each other out. So yeah,
Okay.
so it's really good to choose the right friends, and
Okay.
yeah, choosing the right friends really shape your path in achieving whatever goals you have your mind set on.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So, we live in an era that a lot of young people are migrating for greener pastures
yeah,
just to make life better or to build capacities and all that.
yeah.
Um, what kind of influence do you think we can have on lives back home, especially young people who are living to build capacities for a better life? What kind of influence can we have on people back home?
Yeah, I would say I must commend you for this platform because uh, this platform is also putting out information out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of influence to people back home.
Mhm.
People who get opportunity, who chance on your video is gonna get all these information from. us from other people's perspective.
Okay.
And two, I would say the second one is we trying to let them know what it really entails out here.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who don't really give the right information. They make it all seem rosy out here, which it's not.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are street beggars here too. So everything depends on how you
How
shape
you make it?
your
Yeah.
life and taking opportunities that present or comes your way.
Mm-hmm.
So we being an influential instrument to our people back home, young ones especially who are trying to migrate. My one advice that I'll give out there is uh, whoever you're, whoever is going to take you in,
Mm-hmm.
whoever is going to take you in when you get in here, you have to at least know whoever that person is. At least have some information on what path that person has told, because they play a bigger role in like in your life when you migrate out here.
Mm-hmm.
And we doing all these big stuffs here. We all know where we want to get to, so
Okay.
it's time as time moves on, we're trying to get better and to achieve the goals that we set for ourselves. So the little achievement that we get, the struggles that we go through, the challenges,
Mm-hmm.
and the solutions that we took, I think we could share those out there, even to friends. And once information is being shared, it travels to other people that you might not even have direct contact with. So telling the truth to younger brothers,
Okay.
bigger brothers who are also trying to migrate, I think that's the best way to go. We should just let them know what it entails. We should not sugarcoat
Okay.
anything. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I just want to find out life after military. Can you tell us a little bit how long did you serve and when you were finally out, a little bit about your life after as a veteran? Can you tell us? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I served for 5 years. I did 3 deployments. Uh, it was great out there. I tried to get every certification that I needed. That's
Okay.
one thing that you need to keep in mind if you are serving the military in terms of being in a career field.
Mm-hmm.
Any certification that you can get, like you have to put in the work to get it.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, it's going to transcend into your civilian
Like,
world,
okay.
yeah, or your civilian life, because organizations nowadays go in for skills, and the military teach you the skills.
Okay.
They teach you the direct skills that you need to solve that particular problem. And
Mm-hmm.
these are the same skills that the civilian life, civilian organizations need. So if you take it really serious out there and you transition into the civilian uh, phase, it's really easy. It's really smooth, and you should have a plan at your. You should have a plan if you don't intend to serve through to retirement. That is 20 years and over.
Mm-hmm.
You should have a plan. One of my plans was immediately go into school once I get out. I didn't want to wait so long because
Mm-hmm.
it took me 7 years to get back to school, and it was really tough after. So the first thing I did was to enroll in school.
Okay.
And it was tough, as I said. I've not been really studying, being in academia for 7 years. So it
Mm-hmm.
was very difficult to assimilate all these
Yeah.
lectures, sitting in classrooms and
Mm-hmm.
online schools. So that's what I did. And the next step I took was try to get a government job, because the government out here really goes in for military personnel. I would say we have like a 60% chance when it comes to any employment in regards to the government, because they know we've gone through the system. The system have shaped us.
Yeah.
So they see us to be resilient when it comes to some situations. We have the technical skills. So
Okay.
I got a government job. I was a government contractor for the same US Navy that I served.
Mm.
I was doing the same thing. I was using my certification to do the same thing, work on the same jets, the
Okay.
same models of fighter jets. So from there, I was like, I need to do something that will make me more of kind of relaxed. I didn't want to put too much stress on my body because the military will actually put you through stress, uh,
Mm-hmm.
sleepless of nights and other stuff.
Yeah.
So that being said, I was done with school and I drafted up. So one thing about being out here life after military is you have to keep drafting new resumes every time.
Okay.
Uh, you get a different skill or anytime you get
An upgrade.
knowledge from an upgrade from regardless of being school, being an apprenticeship.
Okay.
All those certifications help when it comes to getting jobs out here and
Okay.
also networking with people around, trying to go for job fairs. Because
Okay.
I know most of our people don't really patronize job fairs,
Good
but
things. Okay.
that's one easy route to get jobs out here.
Okay.
Because you are there in person, you are doing the interview in person, and you can get hired right there and there. They know the quality of person you are. You could
Mhm.
express whatever skills you have. You let them know. But to go through these online platforms, it depends. Uh, we
It
say
works for some
yeah,
people.
yeah, for some people, you might be the lucky one. You might get the opportunity to go through an interview that will give you that platform to express all your skills, let
Mhm.
them know who you are and what you can bring to the table. But if you don't get that opportunity, that's it. You might not even get a call back. So job fairs are something that is really
Okay.
great to do. I participated in a couple, but I had to go back to Ghana for a vacation. A 2 month vacation ended to 9 months. So I tried applied to online jobs and God being so good, I got one. And during my interview, one factor that the hiring manager made mention of was one, I got hired because of my technical background
Okay.
in the Navy. I was told I wasn't necessarily qualified for the position because it wasn't my platform.
Mm.
But because of my technical background, they
Okay.
have the notion that you are teachable. That's one thing that employers look out for. If
Okay.
you are teachable, if you could
Mhm.
show them that you are teachable,
Yeah.
regardless of it being your platform, if not being your platform, you don't have any certification that toe in line with that particular
Mhm.
job, you can still get hired and be taught on the job.
Okay.
So yeah, so I got a job in systems engineering. I'm still learning. It's been almost 1 year being in the job. Yeah, it's been great. So
Thank
that's
you.
the plan I planned out for myself, life after the Navy. Because you must have plans. If you don't have plans, you just come out of the Navy and you'll still be wandering around and
Okay. Okay.
you might get influenced into other stuff that you might not even want to do.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So I want to ask the last question. You know, in life, as humans, whatever the situation is, as we go through life, we turn back and realize that there are some regrets in life or
Yeah.
things we were supposed to do that we're not able to do. Are there any regrets you want to share with young people?
One, I would say if one regret personally that I have was not starting out my school early whilst I was in service. I should have started whilst I was still serving, but because of the workload that
Mm,
I had and the deployments that came in and out, I was
okay.
kind of reluctant. By the way, people were still doing school. So that
Mm-hmm.
was one regret that I regret. I should have taken the opportunity. It would
Mm-hmm.
have made my life after the Navy
More
like
easy.
all easier, faster than to spend a year and a half back in school.
Mm,
And yeah, so aside that regret, I don't regret anything else. Serving in the Navy, I don't regret any any decision that I took out
okay.
there. It shaped me. I met a lot of people from all different cultures, backgrounds.
Okay.
I networked with some military high professionals
Okay.
and officials, which I still keep intact
Mm-hmm.
in contact with them. I
Okay.
reach out to them whenever there's any opportunity. They know the person I am. They could reach out to me and be like, "Oh, there's an opportunity here. I
Okay.
think you should try it out. You might get it." So,
Mm,
making the right friends also is really a good way to make it in life and
sure.
network. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't regret. Take the opportunity out here, the opportunity that presents you, make the good use of it. You never know who is looking, and you never know who is gonna create or expose you to the next opportunity. So you give everybody the respect that they need. And that's
Okay.
one thing that we Africans, we really
Do.
administer out here in terms of
Okay.
respect. Yeah,
Okay.
how we're brought out. So,
Okay. All right. I must thank you very much for this time. It's been an exciting time with you, and I'm very grateful, even though it was on a short notice, but you made time for us. Thank you very much for
yeah,
it. Thanks so much for sticking with us. It's been an exciting time with you. We always appreciate your presence. Until I come your way in the next episode, keep your dream alive, stay positive, and you surely get there. Thank you.